in every emo's life when they listen to the song and have to find out that not only is it being sung by two people, but they're both cisgender men. It happens to the best of us. Even I, for the longest time, thought that Kellen Quinn was a woman, even after I saw his name on the credits. Now, if you're not emo and this is all news to you, that's fine. Bear with us. You don't have to listen to any of this kind of music to work on the same vocal technique with me today, so let's get to it. In this video, I'll teach you a certain type of voice feminization that you can use while singing. I like to call it the androgynous emo boy voice because of how commonly it's used by men in alternative rock, but you can use it regardless of what kind of voice box you have. It just means that if you have male vocal cords, then it will make you sound more androgynous and feminine, whereas if, like me, you have a higher voice already, then it will just change the tone and timbre of your singing and make you sound more like the singers like Vic Fuentes and Kellen Quinn did in the original song that I played at the beginning. I personally have been studying both classical vocal technique and more alternative styles like distortion and fry scream for almost 4 years under a variety of qualified coaches. So while I still have a ways to go before I learn anything like death metal, I know my way around some basic vocal modulation. Since this is a vocal skill, the only thing you really need to implement it is yourself. That being said, yourself needs to be in good condition. If you've been screaming or your voice is tired or hurting in any way, rest it and save the singing for later. You should always warm up before you do any kind of serious singing. We'll go over one warm-up together in the next section. The last and most important thing you need to have with you, though, is some kind of hydration. As the American Institute of Music and Media will tell you, as will any other qualified voice teacher or singer this side of the galaxy, there's a lot of things you should avoid before a performance. Caffeine, dairy, alcohol, it's a long list and it's not very fun. However, we're not singing in front of anyone today, so any kind of hydration will do, and it's not the end of the world if you already made yourself black tea with milk in it. Cheers! There are a lot of helpful voice exercises out there, but the warm-up we'll do today is called a lip trill. Everyone's made the horse sound at some point. We're going to harness that as a proper warm-up. First of all, try humming behind it. Once you've got the hang of that, we'll start using it to do scales. My voice teacher, Miss Imelda Bogue, recommends that you do gestures while you do this because it will really help the smoothness, flow, and directionality of your voice, and that's always a good quality. One reason we picked this exercise is because every voice teacher I've ever had has recommended it as a very healthy way to maintain your singing voice. However, a 2015 article in the International Journal of Transgenderism also lists it as one of the techniques that will help you get a lighter tone for feminization in a spoken setting as well. Now that you've hydrated properly and warmed your voice up, we can work on the actual technique. The core of this is bringing things forward in your mouth. So, a normal note might go, ah. I'm very much feeling that on the back of my tongue and in the back of my face. You want to bring that farther forward into your lips, your teeth, your hard palate, even in front of your face. Now, drawing a line in front of you with your fingers, or like pulling the sound out from your mouth, will also help by visualizing the sound. Now, it's important to remember that while this does create a sound most people would describe as less round and more thin or compressed, You should not be squeezing your throat at all. It should all be by moving things farther forward in your mouth rather than having them farther back or down here. And that's it. With that simple knowledge, you should be ready to have a more small feminine sound in your singing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to read more about anything I covered in the video, I'll be posting my references at the end of the video after this clip, or you can read them in the description. I'll see you in my next cover. Until then, bye-bye.